Hi, Leo. How are you doing? I hope you're all having a beautiful day. I've missed you guys. I'm so excited to be back and seeing what is going on for my Leos. Let's see what your messages are, what you can expect, and what is coming towards you whenever you come across this reading. Show me clearly what is going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Wow. Ooh. 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 Okay, y'all got something brand new coming on in. Welcome to your new life. Didn't we have a reading like that for you guys recently? It's been a while. I missed you. You guys entering a new phase, a new era, a new cycle of your life. And it's pretty freaking amazing. Okay, even the bear at the bottom of the deck. Look at all this yellow. Look at all this green. This is nice. Don't be scared. Some of you could be talking yourself out of this, or you're feeling like, oh, Jade, I'm not ready. But you are. But you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. This message wouldn't find you if you weren't ready. You are ready. That's why you're here. And that's why this opportunity is presenting itself to you. It's going to push you out of your comfort zone. Okay. There's something you've been working on for a while. You've been consistent. You have been dedicated. You haven't given up. There's development here with the deer. This is something that has been the soft, gradual unfolding of events. It hasn't been instant, quick, fast, overnight. This has been something in the making for a while. Okay, for some of you, a long while, talking maybe years for some of you. This is a major turning point, especially when the eagle comes out. Massive turning point in your journey. Divine timing is a huge factor here, and it definitely feels that you've recently learned or solidified a lesson. There were some tests, there were some trials, tribulations that you went through. You passed the test with flying colors. Universe is preparing you and saying, all right, y'all gotta giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, cowboy, cowgirl. I don't know why the fuck. The eagle, bird's eye view, you have the new perspective, a new approach, a different way. You're ready. You weren't ready back then. You had to go through certain stages of growth and realizations. You had to evolve and gain certain skills. You've gained access to this new level. Congratulations, you made it, Leo. You fucking made it. All right. Be mindful of burnout. Be mindful of exhaustion, because when the bee comes out, sometimes you got a lot on your plate. You be hustling and bustling from the moment you wake up to the moment you put your head on the pillow. Your entire day is just full on. Not a bad thing, but you're busy. Be mindful of burnout and exhaustion. Finding the balance, finding the middle ground, and also taking time to nurture yourself and take care of yourself and put yourself as that number one priority so that the rest of your life can truly flourish. But I like it. We have elements of air and earth. It's a nice balance between the two. And yeah, I'm feeling like some of you with the bear and the rabbit, you may be a little intimidated by whatever this new beginning is. It freaks you out a little bit. Maybe this is something you've been delaying or procrastinating on because it's asking a lot from you. And you just were like, not yet. I'm not ready. No. Eventually someday, but maybe not right now. It's like you've been prolonging the inevitable. It's here. It's happening. You're going to like it. I was going to say whether you like it or not, but you are going to like it because this is exactly what you've been working towards and you're ready. I don't know what this is, but we're going to see. We're going to see all about it. Get ready. Giddy up. Getting back on that horse. Maybe you fell off, but you're getting right back on track like you never even left. Show me clearly what's going on for Leo. King of Wands in the reverse. Why are you feeling a little burnt out, tired, frustrated, irritated, annoyed? insecure even. 7 of Cups at the bottom, showing a little bit of doubts or confusion of like, where do I start? What's the next step? Feeling a little scattered. Tower, trying to flip out sideways. Let me pull some more and I'll talk about it. Some things need a change, and you know it, and you could be getting tired of it, tired of yourself, or tired of a repetitive situation here. Oh, look, is this going to be upright or reversed? Upright or reversed? I have a feeling, it's sideways. It didn't, I was like, we're gonna guess, but it's sideways. All right, and it is the 2 of Wands sideways with the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. You're getting some reversals today. All right, show me clearly what's going on for Leo. We have a 4 of Wands. It fell out sideways as well. We have the Fool sticking on out. Okay, there's that new beginning, though. There's that new start, that new life. Hangman at the bottom, but it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Let's just talk about this. I'll probably pull more in a little bit, but let's just break this down because I'm seeing that this is probably surrounding some sort of partnership in your life. This could be involving family. This could be involving your community or a company you work for. There's like a foundation that's established, but to be honest, it's in the reverse, which tells me it's not that solid or it's not that stable, or the amount of energy that you've been putting into this, it's not really benefiting you the way it used to. Once upon a time, it used to. Once upon a time, it used to be great. 4 of Wands, it's in the middle. So it's like 50-50. Is it really though? Is it really that balanced? Not balanced. 50-50. I meant like sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not so good. So we'll see. But I'm seeing here this 4 of Wands sideways, the King of Wands reverse, Tower sideways. There's a pattern you and someone keep getting stuck in, and it's creating this limbo. The Hangman at the bottom, 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. And I'm seeing you're like holding back from starting or continuing, or you're holding back from taking some sort of action because deep down in your core, you know your approach has to change. This is similar to what came through in Capricorn's reading yesterday. So shout out to anybody with Capricorn places. I'm not seeing Capricorn out here on the table. Actually, 4 of Pentacles is Capricorn, but irrelevant. There's a new approach that's needed. You could even be withholding information right now. You're wondering if this is the right time to share. Page of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. You're like going back and forth of whether this is the right moment for you to reveal something that's hidden. High Priestess and then the 2 of Cups. Maybe this is about your feelings and wondering, well, is it reciprocated? Maybe it ain't. Maybe I should wait. We'll read more into that in a little bit. But so that Tower sideways, there's some resistance. Not full resistance, but there is a bit of a hiccup. All right. There's a little blip, little blurps. Speed bumps is actually what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It's like asking you to slow down. So there's this necessary change or transition that's taking place. And for some of you, you don't want this change. For others, you want this change, but it scares you, or like, remember what we seen at the animal deck, it intimidates you, or you may feel like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. Or I need more time, or let me just try again. Because I feel if we're looking at this Tower in the reverse, this is resistance to change. This is clinging on to the old. This is showing a situation that continues to repeat itself. If we're talking about this foundation that's not the most stable or solid, or dependable or trustworthy, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. And it's showing with the Tower reverse, like nothing's changing, nothing's evolving. If we're talking about some sort of relationship here, partnership, this could be between you and someone, and you keep running into the same problem or the same issues, and no matter what conversations you have, the actions aren't changing, or it's just not aligning. And you could be really annoyed or feeling frustrated or feeling misunderstood, feeling unheard, or even feeling disrespected in some sort of way. Because things ain't changing. Or if they change, it's like for a moment, it's temporary, but it's not. And Tower is pretty permanent, right? But it's just showing like things haven't really evolved. And the Tower brings in like revolution, evolve, growth, transformation, right? The immense change. And sometimes it's scary. but it's telling me that there's been some troubles when it comes to changing this circumstance. Again, whether this is you and a person or if this is you in like a living situation, but typically Four of Wands can represent some kind of partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic though. Maybe this is business related, financial, or family, siblings, stuff like that. So whatever, you're frustrated. Clearly you're like, here you are, you're like so determined, be with the deer. You're so determined for this like fresh new start. You want this fresh new start. Maybe the eagle is directing you elsewhere. We'll have to see how this unfolds, because I'm seeing you're at this crossroad. You're at this crossroad, Two of Wands, and it was sideways. So you know when this card was like, it was like spinning on the table? It was in the middle. So you're kind of caught between two different paths, two different directions. Heavy crossroad. Which way do you go? You're gonna have to make up your mind. We'll clarify and see what you need to know about each path, right? I'm gonna just narrow it down. There's two options. We're gonna look at one option or the other. I feel like that's what I'm being guided towards, especially because we've seen the Two of Pentacles and even the Two of Cups. Where the fuck is it? Right here. Right here. Lots of twos. So big crossroad energy. We're going to look into that. Try and get you some insight on that, what you should do. And we'll see what this new beginning is all about. Which actually, I think we should look into this new beginning first and just see like, what is this all about? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Okay. Definitely, I would say with the Hangman at the bottom, give yourself time to think, reflect on this before moving in any direction. Give it some more time. Give yourself some, like, I see Hangman, Four of Pentacles, probably should wait. Or if there's something telling you not right now, listen to that instinct. Now, I know at the beginning of the reading, I was like, are you ready? If you weren't ready, this opportunity wouldn't be available. But like, honor your intuition. If something's telling you not right now, no, listen to that, honor that. But let me see what this new beginning is about for Leo. Let's see what this new cycle is. Nine of Wands. How about the Fool? What's this new beginning for Leo? This fell out on the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. The Moon, right? There's such uncertainty. Nine of Swords, and it's sideways, which is, I would say that's better than upright. Not as good as reverse, but... Seven of Cups. That fell out on the King of Wands from earlier, and when this came out at the beginning, we saw the Seven of Cups at the bottom. And you're like, well, what the fuck do I do? And what's going to be the best option? And oh my god, I feel overwhelmed, or I'm not seeing clearly. It's a foggy mess. Let's see. Tell me about the Fool. All these cards are falling everywhere else but the Fool. Okay, Hermit reversed. Four of Swords reversed. And the Lovers reversed. This most likely is regarding some kind of partnership or commitment, you guys. If it isn't and you're just solo dolo, this is like inner battle between you and yourself. Your heart, your soul versus your mind, your ego, okay? Take it however it applies. But most likely, whoever I'm speaking to, this is probably about some sort of cycle between you and another. Knave of Swords reversed. Queen of Cups. Is my deck upside down? No, it's mixed up. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. Want to be fair and square. All right. I mean, from the looks of it, clarifying this new beginning, I still want to narrow this down. I'll use a different deck. I have an Oracle deck. We'll look into what this new beginning is all about. But when we look at this card, there's this arrow. Obviously, it's Sagittarius, but this arrow, it's like you're pretty certain. I know you were kind of at the crossroad, like, what do I do? But like in your core, in your freaking core, you have a strong sense of direction of what's next for you and what you want for your life, for your future, your goals, your intentions, your plans. Like you have a pretty clear understanding of what direction you need to take your life or what direction this relationship needs to go, or you know, you're pretty set on it, right? Pretty set on this direction. Hermit reverse, Four of Swords reverse, the Lovers reverse. This is that outside energy that's influencing you and making you doubt yourself, or making you second guess, or making you question your own reality, or question your own truth. Yeah, there's a lot of restlessness here. Four of Swords reverse and then the Lovers reverse. There's unrequited effort or energy or even feelings that you're experiencing here. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not being like, am I just asking for too much? No. No, the fuck you ain't. But Hermit reversed, it could be saying you need to go inwards and think about this a little bit more. You may need to isolate yourself or remove yourself from this environment, from this relationship, even just like temporarily. Like, it doesn't have to be permanent, but just for you to get a clear perspective, a clear understanding of what it is that you actually want, you know, and what's interfering you and your goal, or you and this plan. That Four of Swords reverse, there's this restlessness. There's also matters of your past that you're thinking about, but you're like wrestling wrestling between, I don't know, like a lot of ruminating. And yeah, that Four of Swords with the Lovers reverse, you're just feeling anxious, or like, not extremely, but there's a heaviness. Then we had the Moon and the Nine of Swords flip out sideways. This fell out on the Two of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles reverse, because the future seems uncertain with where you and this individual or these people or this job or this place, there's some sort of level of uncertainty, and it's hard to see what's beyond this. It's hard to see. It's literally Nine of Swords, right? You can't really see what's beyond the veil. And here's the thing, your intuition, it's there. It's guiding you. It's been here this entire time. You can sense when something's off or when something's not quite in alignment, you just know. Something's off. So pay attention to that. Don't psych yourself out. Don't sabotage yourself or block it out, numb it, or like try and just shake it off and be like, well, if I just push through, it's going to get better. And hey, maybe if you do push through, maybe it will get better. But like, honor your instincts, okay? Because the Nine of Swords and the Moon tells me like you're over analyzing how your higher self, your future self, your spirit guides are trying to come through and pass on this intuitive message, this deep inner knowing. You're seeing signs, but the signs they're going over your head, and you're missing it or you're doubting it. And then you may also be feeling a disconnect from your intuition. You're having a hard time trusting yourself. So that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. Okay. That's not working. And that's definitely giving interference with this decision, or it's just a confusing ass time for you. Seven of Cups, and then this fell on top of the King of Wands reverse, which we started that reading with this, where it's just, you're feeling a bit burnt out, a little drained, frustrated, annoyed, insecure, having doubts. And normally a King of Wands, he's pretty fucking confident, right? He's very confident in himself, his skills, his knowledge, his ability. He's someone who, when they take action, they're 100% certain that it will work. There's something you're having doubts about. You're not 100% certain in this direction, or where you and this person are going, or what the future holds. You know, you're like, how much longer can I continue to keep doing this or being in this place with this person, blah, 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 right? You're having a hard time believing in this, / something just doesn't seem to fit the way it used to. Okay, so let me take a look into this crossroad sort of vibe. Before I do that, I'm just feeling like, do I bother clarifying this Fool and see like, okay, this new beginning, should I look a little bit deeper into this? Or should I look at I'll look at the crossroads first, and then we'll look into this new beginning and what this holds. Okay, I feel like crossroads is important right now. Let me look into that. And I'm just filling out the decks I have. Let me use this one actually. Oh shit. Okay. Two of Wands. Let's take a look into this crossroad. I'm just trying to think, like, what's the best way to look into this. Give me a second as I just clarify this Two of Wands. First of all, this card. Four Swords reversed. No shit, right? No shit. We just had that earlier when we were looking into the Fool. Yeah, I'm glad that we're looking into this crossroad energy first before we bother diving deeper into this Fool energy. Because there's something that is just kind of gnawing at you. It's eating away at you. It's like you can distract yourself temporarily, but it keeps coming back now. You can even be having certain dreams that are reflecting this reality or the circumstance or the possibilities here. There's just something doesn't sit right. Something doesn't sit right. All right, Spirit. So let's take a look at this crossroad. Let's look at path number 1. Path number 1 versus path number 2. You, the viewer, you decide what path number 1 represents in your situation, and then path number 2, whatever that represents, okay? And some of you have like 3 or 4 other paths. We're gonna just do 2 to simplify, okay? I know, 10 of Wands is a lot. This is a lot, I can tell. So path number 1, whatever that represents for you, show me path number 1. Path number 1 for Leo. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, it could work, possibly. Tell me path number 1 for Leo. Magician, okay. Looks like something you could handle, something that's within your control. I'm hearing it requires maintenance or a little bit of, oh, we got a 7 of Swords. We got a little 7 of Swords, Devil at the bottom. Devil with Death and the Hangman. Okay. Let me keep these 3 cards. Oh, and the World. Okay, let me keep these 4 cards with that, just so I can make it make sense. And tell me about option or path number 2. Tell me about path number 2. Oh, okay. We have the King of Pentacles and the Tower. Oh, okay. Tell me a little bit more about path number 2 for Leo. This fellow on the 9 of Swords is the 6 of Swords. Oh, okay. Emperor, Queen of Pentacles, Hierophant, and even Ace of Cups. Okay, so just off the bat, if we're talking about path number 1 versus 2, I think path number 2 might be your best option. Okay, let me break this down though. I'll explain, and then you decide. It's your life. You have your free will, and you can say, "Fuck all these cards. I'm gonna do this instead." You know. So talking about path number 1. So first of all, we had the 3 of Pentacles come out. And I was like, okay, it could work. If this is about a partnership though, it needs to be reciprocated. It needs to be balanced. There needs to be a give and receive, you know? So there can be learning, there can be more development. You can gain more skills from this. It's a little tricky though. I am not going to lie. 7 of Swords. This does feel like someone purposely, and this could even be representing you, purposely withholding information because one person benefits greatly from it. It's like if somebody has information that could bring you more success, but that person is like secretly insecure and they don't want anybody better than them, so they're going to withhold that information so that you don't succeed further past them. Like, I'm wording it bad, I'm wording it terribly, but like, does that make sense? Like 3 of Pentacles to the 7 of Swords, like this is the energy of someone that would throw you under the bus. This is the energy of somebody that you can't really trust them. Friend or foe energy, right? 3 of Pentacles is a card of like teamwork and support and collaboration. When you show your work, others support. When you collaborate, share your ideas, others there for you. But that 7 of Swords brings in a sneakiness. Like you can't really trust what they're showing or what they're telling you, or it gives a manipulative energy. Even the Magician with this combination, right? So it was the 3 of Pentacles first and the Magician. I was like, okay, you know what? It seems like you got this under control. It seems like you got a good handle on this. You kind of know what you're getting into. You're well experienced. You've been here before. You know your shit. And I mean, you're going to learn more because 3 of Pentacles is still very early stages, but Magician is like whatever you want out of the situation. You have the ability and you have the tools to create the desired outcome. But then the Seven of Swords came out. I was like, okay, so this actually feels like either watch your step. If this is about how you should move, it's saying don't reveal all of your cards or don't make everything out in the open and like, you know, keep some things to yourself or keep this on the down low, because I just feel like hidden enemy vibes, hidden enemy in familiar territory. Like that's the way this is coming through. I don't really like that. I'm not a huge fan, but you know, I don't know what your options are, like what life circumstances you're currently in. So you may have to choose this path, right? So if that's the case, it's kind of saying like, don't reveal all of your secrets and keep things on the down low, or some things you need to keep to yourself. Some plans that you have, don't reveal all the dirty laundry. The dirty laundry? Like, bitch, what? Huh? You better do your laundry. You better do your laundry. But yeah, something seems a little fishy. And then at the bottom, this just kind of gives more red flags. The devil, the death card, hangman, the world. It definitely shows like, hey, a cycle that very much needs to come to an end, very much needs to close out, because this is just not working. Devil, there are people that want to control you, people that want to keep you stuck or keep you under their power, and it's like they don't want you to be free from them. It's a fucked up energy. Seven of Swords and the devil. This is like, y'all better steer clear or be very careful when dealing with this individual. Lots of mind games, lots of deception, trickery, and this could end ugly. Oof, I don't like that, but that's how it's coming through. Devil and death. This could end ugly / the ugliness in this situation is definitely coming to an end. If you choose path number 1, it will end. It will end, and it's something that's out of your control. So even if you're convinced, you're like, oh no, I can manifest a good, I can turn this around in my favor, right? But not everything is in your control here. And that's something that's also a mindset that you might need to work through. Is like, oh no, but like everything I say, I get. I'm like so locked and determined of like this specific vision or this specific desire that I'm not taking no for an answer. That's a bit, spirits might humble you a little bit. Okay, you might dislike this message, you might dislike this reading and be like, shut up, bitch. But some situation is really out of your control, and there's some things that you can't do or change or fit. And honestly, I don't know, it's kind of even looking like a losing out situation, a lose, like losing out on money, losing out on time, losing out on just energy. It's like loser. Not calling you a loser, but this, it just feels like a lose. It gets, and then we end up with the world, which is like, this is gonna close out regardless. Okay, so that's weird. That's how it came through. So that's like path number 1. I never do readings like this, but this is how I felt guided towards it in your reading. Path number 2. This is very different. It's very different energy. So starting off with the King of Pentacles, very grounded, secure, abundant, successful. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of how to tie this in to Crossroads. King of Pentacles. I feel like this would bring in more stability, right? I feel, although it would shake shit up by going with path number 2, whatever that is in your life, that's going to shake up your life in a way, maybe even moving for some of you with the Six of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and Tower. This could definitely bring in, like I'm hearing like shockwave, like a huge ripple effect in your entire reality. But I don't see this as something negative. I actually see this as something that's going to benefit you and help you expand, especially in terms of your money and finances. Okay, bringing in more stability. But it's in order to bring in more stability, it has to knock out something that is creating disruptions or creating like a block in the flow. Okay, so Tower with path number 2, yeah, things it's going to require a big change, a huge shift, a huge leap of faith, right? If we go back to the Fool, by you taking this jump or leaving behind what's familiar, like that can be scary, right? We've seen that with the animal cards. We go back to these animal cards where you're like, okay, no, but I'm not ready yet, so I'm just gonna delay, I'm just gonna wait, I'm just gonna stay put. But that I'm seeing, even so, if we go back to path number 1, even if you were to stay put, it's still inevitably, it's going to end. Like maybe a few months, maybe a few years, you're going to get to the same outcome. It just depends on like, do you want to do it now or do you want to delay it, postpone it, and deal with this 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or 5 weeks from now? Like, you know, everyone's on different timelines, but it's kind of like, do you want to get it over with now or later? So path number 2 is now. Path number 1, later. But, you know, so illusion of choice in a way, but you do have a choice. It's like, do it now or later. At the bottom, we had not the magician, the emperor, the queen of pentacles, and the hierophant. This definitely just feels like huge opportunity for level up and expansion and new commitments, new contracts, especially in terms of business and your success, and just huge improvements, especially in your physical, tangible life. I like that we actually have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, because I see that there's a better fit. If we're talking about some sort of relationship here, partnership, whether it's romantic, platonic, business, however the fuck this resonates, I see that there's someone who's a much better match. I didn't really see anything coming up about that with the first. No, the only thing I saw that came out in the first path was like, whoever this is they're working with or building this life with or building this thing with, growing together, there's lack of trust / there's things that you're hiding from them because you feel like you can't be transparent, and then there's things they're hiding from you for whatever the reasons are. Could be malicious, maybe they don't trust you. Like, that doesn't seem very healthy. That doesn't seem very... you know, any kind of relationship without trust, doomed. Whereas I see with path number 2, there's someone that would be compatible and complement you. Much better. A much better fit. Very different, would shake up your life, would be kind of scary, but much better in the long term. So I hope that helps. Let's take a look into the Fool. I'm going to dive deep. I know we tried earlier. Let me try this archetype deck and see like the energy surrounding this new beginning. What an intense and interesting reading, Leo. Holy crap. Good vibes to you. Let's see what this new beginning looks like. What's the energy surrounding this new beginning for Leo? I'm hearing that song, Should I Stay or Should I Go? But okay, we have the underworld. Okay, this fell out over here. It actually fell out next to the Nine of Swords, which is kind of like Nine of Swords energy. This is like kind of nightmarish energy. I hope that's not what this is. Nightmare that turns into a dream come true. Flip around, flip the script, flip the situation for the better. It might be a little crazy and chaotic at first. If you rip that band-aid off. What's at the bottom? The river. See, it's that crossroad energy. The river is where you're caught between, do you stay on land? Do you cross this river? Do you fight the current? Do you let the current take you? Like, oh my God. And then we have this horse being reflected back. And horses, you know, they love their freedom. Saggy energy, which we're currently in Sagittarius season as I'm doing this reading. For some fucking reason in this card, this looks like coffee beans. Sort of. I know they're red, but kind of remind me of coffee beans. Maybe you're roasting some coffee right now. Roasting it. Coffee roaster. Whatever. You work with cafe vibes. Maybe you're listening to this. I'm in a little cappuccino. I don't know. Okay. What is this Fool? What is this Fool with a kiss? This could be in terms of like, I mean, sometimes a kiss is just straight up like love, intimacy, connection, but sometimes the kiss is more of an energy of merging two different things, combining energies. Are you looking at like a relationship that's just gone like tits up, all haywire and fucked up? What the heck? Okay, this is not really... Orphan at the bottom. Okay, wait a fucking minute. This isn't... Oh my God. So the way you're looking at this new beginning is kind of like, this is not what I wanted. we were supposed to be together. Why did you leave me? Or orphan, it's an abandonment energy. It's an energy of being left behind, or you are the one that left behind this. Or it's like, in order for you to leave, or sorry, in order for you to step forwards in this new path, it requires you to leave or abandon or walk away from something that you merged your part of your life or part of yourself to, or it's kind of like all consuming. And so they thought, or the idea of this no longer being part of your life scares or terrifies you, or it feels like a nightmare. It's like you maybe even had a bad dream about this before in the past, and now it's kind of like showing up in your reality. You're like, no! Nightmare with the underworld with the kiss. What are you so afraid of? What are you so scared of? Some of you are scared of intimacy. Some of you are scared of commitment. Some of you are scared of letting someone get close to you after like a lot of painful events, painful wounds and abandonment and hurt and disappointment and deception. You're scared to like get close to someone or let somebody in. Let me see. We have Alethea. This is more of like, this can bring in romance. This is bringing in like the duality, you know, till death do us part. There's the beauty in that. There's the pain in that. There's all the different sides you could view this. It's it's complicated. That's all I could say. This is complicated. Complicated as fuck. What else do we need to know about this new beginning? And then I gotta let y'all go. Tell me about the Fool. I'm noticing with this card, the rose doesn't have any thorns. Tells me, what does that mean? It means that you won't get pricked like you would have in the past. Okay, tell me about the Fool. Nine of Wands. See, this is the fucking same thing. Different deck. Using the same deck, actually, to clarify this card. When we clarified this earlier, it was the same thing. It's the same thing. You can't make this shit up. Now with the Fool. I'm seeing, like, Temperance reverse. Okay. One more. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords at the bottom. Leo. Oh, I'm sending you a lot of good vibe. Big hugs. Okay, I think right now, ground. If you're not feeling ready, wait. I'm seeing when it comes to this new beginning, you're resisting it, / you don't trust it, / you're definitely feeling like you want to start off on the right foot. And right now, you're not feeling too strong on these feet of yours. Your root chakra needs to be realigned, perhaps. But yeah, Temperance reverse and Nine of Wands, you're not feeling too balanced right now to go forwards. You feel like you might lose balance, and instead of jumping nicely off this cliff, you're gonna fucking take a tumble. Like, what's that old children's story book? Humpty Dumpty. It's giving Humpty Dumpty. You don't want to be that. He broke his shell. All the kings and queens couldn't put him back together again. You don't want to be no Humpty Dumpty. That is hilarious. But yeah, and then the Eight of Swords clarifying the Fool. Of course, you're gonna have some nerves about this new beginning. It's a pretty big deal, but it definitely looks like with the Nine of Swords at the bottom, and then we have the Empress and the Chariot. You know that this is going to require a huge level up, a huge shift, and again, I get the sense that it's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so fulfilling. Like, I know right now you're worried about how it's all going to unfold, but I promise it's going to be incredible. It's going to be great. You just can't see it right now. You're thinking in a limited way. You're probably thinking worst case scenario, and I want you to challenge those beliefs. Start looking at it from a more optimistic viewpoint. What way this could turn out incredible. Like, think about the positive. Challenge yourself. It might be very hard with that Nine of Swords. It might be very difficult. But once you get into more of a clear perspective, a clear mind, right? Page of Swords underneath that, Six of Cups. Take some time to reflect. Do what you got to do. But when you feel more clarity, or you feel more centered within yourself and what your vision is and what you want for yourself, it's go time. All right? It's go time. I wish it would tell me more about this new beginning. It could definitely be about moving for some of you, or travel for some of you. Motherhood, fatherhood for some. Obviously the Empress is feminine, but sometimes represents children. Maybe changing jobs, changing career paths. Stuff like that is what this new beginning could be around. Oh, big change. Big change. But you got this, y'all. Good vibes to you, whoever resonates. Let me know in the comments below if this makes sense. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and private readings available down below. Y'all have a beautiful day. I'm so grateful for you. I'll see y'all later.